Welcome back to Bio 271 on one of the most unusual teaching days of my entire career. I'll get into more of that in a little bit. I've already gone through a couple of videos. None of them took on my iPad, so this is, I think, take 3 for what I'm attempting to do to get our semester back online, back on track. Well, back online, no pun intended. But a couple things. First of all, for all of you that had gotten a hold of me after I had started to email all of you after the chaos of last week, thank you. So I hope to see kind of all of you over the next 7 weeks. Hopefully all of you are healthy. Hopefully all of you have not tangled with this COVID-19 issue. Stay healthy. That's one of the most important things to do right now. Now, yeah, you're probably wondering, where are we going from here? A lot of you have gotten a hold of me with issues about access to the internet, your Sc4 email, a number of different things. And Sc4 is working really, really hard to try and be able to field all of those issues as they come into me. So I get them from you, I fire them off to the powers that be here, and hopefully they're able to take care of them pretty efficiently, effectively, and fast. Now, before I keep talking, it's very weird for me and very unusual for me to talk about stuff, whether it's an intro to a class or content about muscles and integument, when I can't see you, when there's nobody here. I don't know how to describe it, but I've said it before, I try and play off of you. If somebody's just kind of dozing back, or somebody else has got a look of not understanding, or somebody else has got a hand up, I can feed off of you. Now, I just have to kind of free flow it. So, as I go through content, as I go through material, it's important that as you watch, you are able to respond to me and go, what? I don't get what you were saying. Could you explain this in a different way? It's like I'm still here, but I'm just a satellite or a cell phone tower, or however it all works, away. So I think in one of my emails I had said that between 4:30 and 6:15, that's not the only time, but 4:30 to 6:15, I will be essentially glued to my computer. That's when I expect us to be able to dialogue as best I can, or as best we can. I thought, and I emailed everybody, oh, sweet, if I'm in here, I'm just down at the other end of the hall on the 2nd floor. If I'm on campus, that's great. I'll sit in my class. As the phone rings and you have real-time questions, I can answer those. I just found out about an hour and a half ago, we're not supposed to be on campus anymore, so I have to change all of this. So I can't have my nice whiteboard and everything. So you might get to know what the inside of my home office looks like. So right up to about 3 o'clock today, I thought we had everything figured out, and all of a sudden everything changed. So understand that I'm working with the same unpredictability that you happen to be working with. Now, how does that translate to instruction? How does it translate to you learning the material as best I'm able to hopefully offer that you can learn the material? I'll explain how I'm going to go about it. But hang on, let me make sure this machine's working here. Ooh, it is. Okay, here's what I want to do. When it comes down to content, bone names, nerve physiology, skin and bone, what I want to do is I want to put together these videos. The videos, some of you have asked, oh, are they going to be on Canvas? And no, they're not. If I had maybe a few more weeks to figure everything out, then I would have joined the Canvas revolution, and it would have been on there. I'm going to be communicating with you directly through essentially 2 different venues. One is your Sc4 email. If I was to use everybody's own personal Gmail account, Yahoo account, I can only describe it as herding cats. We're all over the place. It's gonna take me 25 minutes just to send out one email or file based on just filling out the to form. So sc4.student.edu is the one we'll be using. And a number of you have said, hey, I'm getting these things, which is cool. Makes me feel good. The other, YouTube. I established a YouTube account this morning. I put one practice, not like this. It was a video I already had. So I've actually done it kind of successfully once. I'll explain once I get that established and this up on there, how to get to it, how to access it, how are all of you going to be able to watch this. As far as the videos go, when it comes to Canvas, I had a number of people tell me, oh, only go like 7 minutes because it takes ages to upload into Canvas. Well, I'm gonna go longer than that, but don't flip out. I'm not going to be going for 45 minutes or 50 minutes. What I wanna do, what I have in my perfect world plan, is when it comes to, for example, integumentary system, AKA skin, I wanna be able to do a couple hours worth of work in 15-minute chunks. I wanna try and compartmentalize all of these. So I can push them out towards you in a small chunk, let you go through, let you watch what we're going to be doing up here, and then generate questions from that, and then be able to get those questions back to me. Then another chunk, and then another chunk, and whether you want to decide, hey, I'm gonna watch them boom, 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 right in succession, or I'll watch one or two, see how it squares with the book. That's up to you. Whatever your learning style is going to be, that's going to be best. So videos, real long, no. Small chunk by small chunk by small chunk. And that's not easy because you know I like to talk. But if I can cut out talking about my dogs or other stuff in the news, and sadly answering your questions, you cut all that out, what typically we do in 2 hours or so, we can really compartmentalize down. So that's my goal when it comes to where we're going with all of this. A question that I bet you have in your mind is, okay, well, what's the deal with exams? Well, here's how I kind of see them. Every one of the exams, and if I didn't mention it, this is an updated schedule. I'm going to be sending this out to you. What we're going through didn't change. I just highlighted the term exam down here, and I also put chapter numbers along with each of the issues we were going to be talking about. Exams will essentially be this. I can't send out 45 question multiple choice. It would kind of get a little bit crazy. So here's what I'm gonna do. Bear with me at first. What I wanna do is I wanna be able to send out at, for example, 4:30 on, and I got the 30th next Monday, the 13th, the 27th, and the 4th. I'll be sitting in my office, whether it's here at Sc4 or at my house, and boom, I'll hit send. Out will go the exams. And then I'm going to have to time, which I don't like doing, but maybe an hour and a half. This is still a work in progress in my mind if you can't tell. And what I'll do is I'll send that out, and it might be a few multiple choice questions, 5 or 6 or 7, but then 5 or 6 written. So short, I'll use the term essay again. And then you'll have an hour and a half. Prior to 6 o'clock, boom, hit reply, send it in. Attachment, fine. Whether it's just you reply and cut and paste it right into the reply, that's fine as well. Now you think, oh my God, okay, you told us we could withdraw if we wanted to. Now it's gonna be a bunch of written stuff. Here's what I have planned. For example, when we talk about integument, I already know what one of the questions is going to be. Not verbatim. integumentary system is skin. This system, when we start talking about skin, we're going to look at the different layers, which essentially takes histology and puts it together into different layers that line us. We'll look at the functions, we'll look at the different cells that are in there, the different structures that are in there, the different glands that are in there. But one question that I already know I'm gonna ask is about burns. Heat burns, 1st degree, 2nd degree, 3rd degree, things like that. And you go, well, we're gonna talk about that, right? Yeah, probably not. So that might freak you out even more. But here's kind of the rub with this. When we talk about the integumentary system, when I do these little videos, I want to be able to say, you know what, we've just gone through the different layers. If you know these layers and you do a little bit of side reading on burns, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd degree, you're going to be able to answer a question on what impact are there to different tissue layers for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So I want to make sure I lay out ahead of time exactly what it is I expect you to be able to do. Once I do that, I'm pretty confident that you're going to be comfortable going into these exams. Each one of the exams have all been set up on Mondays, so they'll come after a weekend. No Monday content and information, and then a Wednesday exam. So I've tried to give you all the time that I possibly can to be able to digest the videos that I'm going to put together, good or bad, and ask me questions to be able to perform well on these last few exams that we have. Any worksheets, homework, it'll be going out directly through your sc4.edu email. And then I'll give you a due date, and then same thing, either an attachment or just a reply to me, and that'll work. Now, how many points do I expect? I don't know. I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 400 on just the exams here. The other things, we'll just go with the flow. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can fit in. May 4th, down here at the end, we have that exam, and then May 6th is essentially 2 things. One, it's overflow if we kind of get off, which I really don't want to do. What I'd like to do is on the 6th, 2 days before commencement that we're not going to have, I'd like to be able to get your grades back to you so we can actually put a nice bow on this interesting semester, which none of you ever hopefully will have again, and say, hey, we made it. That's what I'm going for. Okay, I've got some notes sitting over here because I thought I'm going to be all over the place, and I knew there was one thing that I was missing. Up here, histology. I want to get a video to you, one of these on histology. We've gone through most of the histological tissues, but there's a couple that we haven't hit. Before all of this went crazy and spun out of control, we had some cartilage to deal with, irregular connective tissue, dense connective tissue, regular. I want to be able to get to that to you sometime tonight, post it on YouTube. I still have to prep my 272 classes by doing the same spiel with their information, get that out to them, and then I have to do some stuff for them as well. So at this point in time, the histology is on hold. Hopefully I will get that to you. It is now 3:35. I will get that to you sometime this evening. And that way, any histology questions, especially with the new material, which isn't going to be a big deal, you're going to be able to get back to me. The videos, I'm just kind of free-forming here. The videos, one of the videos coming out. What I'd like to do is I'd like to put out the YouTube videos on Monday morning and Wednesday morning. Possibly Sunday night and Tuesday night, to give you plenty of time to be able to go through, see the presentation, and then generate questions and needs for clarification for Monday night and Wednesday night. That's my ideal plan. Also, as far as questions go. You have content questions, go for it. Second, criticisms and critiques. If I'm sticking my finger in my ear too much, tell me. If I'm putting something up that's important and then I'm standing in front of it, tell me. If there's something that you think might make the next 6.5, 7 weeks work better, tell me, because I'm completely open to it. This is an evolving process on shifting sands. So hopefully you'll be getting an email in just a little bit to tell you exactly how to find what we've just done. And I'll finish this up with any questions. All right, you get the YouTube soon. Stay healthy, and I'll hopefully be sending out more of these soon. Bye.